What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another video where we talk about how to discover wonder kids in FM22. If you want to find some of the best wonder kids, you need to be tracking these clubs. We've already done a video on the teams in Europe for you guys to go and check out today. Everyone loves them. We're talking about South American wonder kids. So without any further ado, let's dive into things. So guys, we're kicking things off in the Liga MX. We are starting over in Mexico and we have PACHUCA CF. Now, in a lot of my saves, PACHUCA produce unbelievable players. But first and foremost, we need to touch on a few things in terms of their club details. Now, if we go into their facilities, these are the main things that you need to look for in your game saves yourself. You have training facilities, youth facilities, junior coaching, and youth recruitment. Now, these all have attributes ranging from 1 all the way through to 20, much like all of your players, but these are the ones you need to pay attention to because the game does not articulate these in numerical value. They are articulated in word value, but there is a number behind it. So as you can see here, PACHUCA have 19 for training facilities, 18 for youth facilities, they have 15 for junior coaching, and 17 for youth recruitment. Now, the way this is articulated on the profile screen, 0 to 3 is poor, 4 to 5 is basic, 6 to 7 is below average, 8 to 9 is adequate, 10 to 11 is average, 12 to 13 is good, 14 to 15 is great, 16 to 17 is excellent, 18 to 19 is superb, and then you have that 20, which will give you state-of-the-art facilities. Now, as you can see, they have superb facilities here, superb youth, superb training, which obviously accounts to the 18 or 19 section, which if we go into their club details again and go onto their facilities, you can see they have 19 for training facilities and 18 for youth facilities. So this is kind of what you need to look out for, guys. If we go into their facilities again, this is how the screen usually works. I've used the power of the in-game editor to show you these things, but that is something for you guys to be aware of when you're looking at some of these clubs. But starting things off, we are talking Liga MX and we are talking about PACHUCA. We're staying in Mexico for club number 2, and we are talking about CF America, or Club America in Mexico. They've won a lot of silverware in Mexico, as you can see, lifted the Liga MX 13 times, and this club always pumps out the Newgens in my save. They are always the ones, the nippy wingers, the fast strikers. This is the club to go for that. They have great youth facilities and excellent training facilities. If we use the pen to expand this as well in terms of their facilities level at the start of the game, they have 19 for youth recruitment, which is fantastic, 15 for junior coaching, 15 for youth facilities, and 16 for training facilities. And the main thing you need to pay attention to when we go onto their facilities is that exceptional youth recruitment. The fact that they can go out there and find the players to be in their youth intake. This is the key thing for me that you need to pay attention to for all these clubs. Moving across to Chile now, where we are talking about COLO. Now, if you've done a save in FM and you've not taken a wonder kid from COLO, are you doing it correctly? If we go into their facilities and take a look at things, they have that excellent training and excellent youth facilities. They also have good academy coaching and, again, the exceptional youth recruitment. So if we take a look at their details in terms of the numerical values, they have that 20 for youth recruitment and they've got 16 for training and youth facilities. These are the perfect clubs that you need to take a look at and pay attention to in Chile. And I've just seen Vicente Pizarro here, 18 years of age, hardly worth a penny in terms of his value and stuff. He looks absolutely brilliant for an 18-year-old who could come in and do a job right away in your save. So don't say I don't give you anything for free. On to the next club. So we're making our first of 2 stops in Colombia today, and this is Atletico Nacional. Again, much the same as all these others, they have the excellent facilities, as you can already see on the club overview. But if we expand things a little bit more, they have that excellent training facilities. They've got the excellent youth facilities and good academy coaching and good youth recruitment. They don't necessarily have the level of youth recruitment that I have shown you on some of these other teams. But for me, Atletico Nacional are fantastic at bringing through that young talent. If we go and have a look at one of their guys here, Emiliano Aristizabal, I've 100% butchered that. Here he is. He's 15 years of age already, guys. He's a promising striker, knows where the back of the net is, 13 finishing, 13 first touch, 13 heading. You can kind of see the level of player that is going to come through here. In a couple of years' time, I can guarantee the Newgens out of Atletico Nacional are very, very good, and they are cheap coming out of Colombia. But we're not done in Colombia yet, so let's head on over to our second club. It's another team in Colombia, and it's another team dressed in all green. We are talking about Deportivo Cali, or Asociación Deportivo Cali. Again, another Colombian club, and as I said, again, another team in all green. If we go into their facilities, they have the great training, they have the great youth, but this time, in terms of their position within Colombian football, they have that exceptional youth recruitment, which is the main thing that I look for. Basically, being able to send their staff out to go and find the players to come into their youth intake. This is what it's all about for me. Yes, having the training facilities, yes, having the youth facilities does help 100%, but it is the exceptional youth recruitment that is the be all and end all for me. If we go back onto their profile, guys, we can have a look at Juan Jose Mina as well. Not necessarily the best in terms of everything, in terms of real life players that are at the club, but they definitely know how to produce their youngsters. So keep an eye on them. Go into the club overview screen and click this follow button right here. So you didn't think we'd do this whole video without touching in Argentina or Brazil, did you? My favorite club for picking up Newgens in Argentina is Club Atletico VELEZ Sarsfield, or VELEZ as they are known. This is the club known for giving us the talent of 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙪𝙩, who is no longer going to be a eligible wonder kid for us next year, potentially because of his age, but potentially because he's gone and signed himself in the MLS. This guy, in this year's game, if you're on the database before it gets updated with the January update, he is brilliant. Please do go and sign him. He's dirt cheap as well, and comes as an absolutely phenomenal player who can play in a number of positions to help your team out. But we're talking about VELEZ here. If we go into their facilities, excellent training facilities, superb youth facilities, good academy coaching, and again, that exceptional youth recruitment that we are looking for. And who knows, you could come up with the next 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙪𝙩 out of VELEZ to have in your team. Now, I wanted to include two clubs from Argentina in this, and I was torn between River and Boca, but for me, I think looking at the balance of things, River are the better option. Again, another talent that has been snapped up in the real world is Julian Alvarez. He is going over to Manchester City, but this is the type of player that you can expect to come out of River. Looking at him, he is absolutely brilliant, age 21 years of age. So Manchester City have definitely picked themselves up an absolute bargain in him, in my opinion. If we go into their facilities, again, they've got that exceptional youth. They've got the good academy coaching, the excellent youth facilities, and the great training. It's kind of, I'm repeating myself here, but these are the clubs you need to really take a look at. I did say honorable mention Boca Juniors, but for me, River Plate and VELEZ are the two clubs to watch in Argentina. Now we take our talents over to Brazil, and we have to talk about my favorite team in Brazil, which is Palmeiras. They always come with the big dogs, the Brazilian wonder kids. To be honest, you could go into Brazil and throw a stone and hit a wonder kid. It's kind of the way that the country is coded in game, but Brazil has a plethora of these clubs, but Palmeiras for me are the best ones. I did a save last year where I was with Santos for a large period of time, and the level of elite wonder kids coming through Palmeiras was absolutely brilliant. If we go into their facilities, you can see again they've got that excellent youth recruitment, good academy coaching, great youth facilities, and superb training facilities. You know that the talent coming through Palmeiras is going to be very, very good. If we go into their players as well, I'm just going to give a shout out to Renan. 19-year-old centre-back or full-back. He can kind of do a little bit of everything. Needs a little bit of work, but he's 19, and I know for a fact he would be able to come in for a relatively cheap price. Shout out Renan. I've signed him in a save previously this year in one of my rebuilds, and I think he's a very, very good option out of Palmeiras. But as I mentioned, there are so many players here that I also like. I like Patrick de Paula as well. I think he's a very, very solid option in the midfield. But there are so many coming out of Brazil, guys. As I said, go and follow the ones in Brazil, but Palmeiras are my favorite. So the penultimate stop on this journey, we are going to talk about Red Bull Bragantino. Now, compared to some of the other teams that we have taken a look at in this particular video, they are potentially not the best in terms of their facilities. As you can see, youth facilities that are average level, training facilities only at the good level. If we expand things out a little bit more, average youth recruitment as well, and adequate academy coaching. But for me, the reason that this team are a one to watch is because of their affiliations with RB Salzburg and RB Leipzig. I think if you're doing a save in Europe, this is definitely a team to take a look at, because you don't want these Brazilian wonder kids going to either of these German or Austrian powerhouses respectively and sort of getting having their way with it. Definitely out of all the franchises that Red Bull have, this is probably the worst in terms of their levels, but it is Brazil. This is a complete and utter guess in terms of players and where they can land in terms of Brazilian talent, but I think this will be a very, very good club for you guys to follow, especially if you are doing a save with Salzburg or Leipzig, because you can get your hands on these brilliant Brazilian wonder kids at a fraction of the price. And the last stop on this journey, we are taking our talents to Ecuador to take a look at Club Independiente del Valle. They play in the Liga Pro over in Ecuador, and they have the brilliant facilities, much the same as everybody else on this video. Exceptional youth recruitment, exceptional academy coaching, excellent youth facilities, and great training facilities. This club will pump out wonder kid after wonder kid out of Ecuador, and because of the fact that they're coming out of Ecuador, they are going to be dirt cheap. Let's have a look at 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 𝙤𝙗 here. He is 16 years of age. He is dirt cheap. He's on £55 a week, and he looks like he has some good prospects, good abilities around him. Needs some work, definitely. 100% needs some work, but this club will continue to produce these talents. Look at the ages of these guys in their squad. They don't have any youth. They do have a B team, but look at all the youth in this talent pool. 18, 19, 17, 18, 19-year-olds, left, right, and centre. And their most high-profile one is this guy, Medina, who does look very, very nice. As I said, a promising winger at 16, but he will be dirt cheap for you guys to pick up. But that is where I'm going to leave the video for today. That has been my 10 clubs for you guys to follow in South America to pick up the best wonder kids for your save. If there are any others that I've missed, please do let me know down below in that comment section. I'd love to have that dialogue with you. I'd love to have that chat if I've missed some key clubs in your opinion, because I'm sure I have. If you have enjoyed this video and you have found it useful, please do drop a like on it down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and ring that bell so you're told each and every time that we upload a video to the channel. But until next time, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you on another one very, very soon.